Today I'm going to show you how to cook basic brown rice. Brown rice is a fantastic alternative to bread because it doesn't have gluten or yeast or any of those things that people tend to be sensitive to. And brown rice is actually very simple to make. I'm going to use a rice cooker today. You can also do this on the stove top with a pot. The proportions and amounts are going to stay exactly the same however you cook it. So we're just going to start with 1 cup of brown rice. And brown rice does actually come in several different varieties. There's different lengths of grain, different types. My personal favorite is the short grain brown rice. This is an organic short grain. With a short grain, you get just a rounder, fatter grain for each one. It tends to have a nuttier flavor than the long grains and a more satisfying texture. So it takes less to feel really well fed when you're eating short grain brown rice. So 1 cup of brown rice. We're going to add 2 cups of water. And if you make a larger batch, you just want to be aware that the ratio with water does change a little bit. If you're doing 2 or 3 cups of rice, you want to cut down to somewhere between 1.5 to 1 3/4 of a cup of water instead of 2 cups of water for every cup of rice. And 1 cup of rice is actually going to make 3 cups of cooked rice. So you don't need to use a lot of rice to have a big batch of rice ready. So for my 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I would encourage you to find a good sea salt. You can get it with or without iodine, whichever you prefer is fine. But table salt basically leaches minerals from your body. It depletes you of nutrients, while sea salt actually gives you vital nutrients like minerals. So that is it. The conversion, if you're doing it on a stove top, you just want to use a pot that has a really good lid that fits securely. What you do is you add all the ingredients together, the rice, the water, the salt, mix it up, bring the water to a boil, and then you just decrease the temperature so it's a really slight simmer, cover it up, and leave it alone. Don't touch it, don't stir it, leave it alone for about 35 to 40 minutes. At that point, you just turn off the heat, fluff it up, cover it again, and let it sit for about 5-10 minutes more to get really thoroughly cooked all the way. That's it. I hope you enjoy, and do a little topping with gomashio, that sesame sea salt mix. I have a little recipe for that, and it pairs perfectly. Enjoy!